I hope you're good. Today I'm going to draw some nice cozy characters. As to me, I've got my cup of tea and my cozy blanket. So it's basically autumn. So I thought I'd draw some characters in cozy coats because let's face it, I love drawing characters in coats, and this is actually something I have been doing for years. It's what I started doing on Instagram. So I'll do a little, basically I'll show you here. And then maybe I'm going to do something fun at the end to just take it one step further, but you'll have to watch this video to see what I do. So let's get into it, let's start sketching, and I'll take you with me on the process. But first things first, I'm going to need my trusty iPad and my Apple Pencil. But also a pen and paper would do absolutely fine. So here I literally started with my good old circles and triangles just to get the basic figures down, and then I carried on kind of designing really cute coats, drawing different options, and for some reason I just wanted to put a grid behind it. I'm not actually sure why, but I kind of like it. It helps them sort of roughly be the same size. Anyway, so here I started drawing a fox, which I thought was so cute, but I really did want to go more autumnal. So I do decide to change this one into the end, but I definitely got carried away with the pumpkin and also the toadstool and drawing lots and lots of accessories. Like, I know that wasn't necessarily what I was doing, but if you're drawing a toadstool coat, you definitely have to do a bag, right? And if I haven't mentioned already, sketching is definitely my favourite part. I put on a film and just doodle. I absolutely love doodling. Just getting all the different ideas and doing the little tweaks that make the illustration just right. I love it. And what I also love is autumn, because I get to sit and sketch under a cosy blanket and sit and watch films with those dark evenings and draw. It is definitely my favourite season. So I thought, why not draw cozy coat characters? Because, yeah, I love everything about them. So I absolutely love this character. So now I'm going to get into it and get colouring it straight away. And then I have something fun to do with it, which I've never done before. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for myself. I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm also quite nervous. So let's do it. Let's get colouring. So here are the sketches that I've got to choose from, and I would do it all, but I don't think I'm going to have time between the editing, and I always overestimate how much time I've got. So I think we are going to pick one, and I do love this little pumpkin one, especially with autumn coming up and like Halloween and the whole pumpkin season. But I think I'm actually going to have to go for the little mushroom one, just because I'm a sucker for a character with some cute glasses, because I do actually, when I'm colouring, wear glasses. So we are gonna have to do her, I think. So let's focus on this one and just see where we get to. I do love all the little accessories, but let's just enjoy doing some colouring. I absolutely love building up sort of where the colour is coming from, and we're choosing the colour to be coming from here. Wait. Yes, so I've done the eyes wrong. I'm just going to switch. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm going to do something. It's fine. So I'm going to change the eyes around in a moment, or actually I'll forget. So I'll do that now. This is why I do things on multiple layers. Let's just do, because we actually need the light source coming from the same spot. There we go. That's it. Yeah, that's fine. So now I've got the base of the hair down. What I absolutely love to do is, this is why I keep the colour palette here, because I can just drop to it and then use the colour. This is when we put a few splashes of colour that we're also going to be using throughout the image, just to kind of tie it all in together. It looks nice. You can use the lighter colours on the lighter side to emphasise the light again, and then the darker colours on the darker side. And don't worry too much about, yes, okay, it kind of looks a bit ridiculous, but we are gonna knock it back by just turning the opacity down, so you do get like just hints at the colour. And I do kind of want a little blue. Do I want a blue there? See, colour palettes can change, it's fine. It does help having it there in the first place, and then we're just going to tone it down a bit. There we go. It's just so it's got little hints and highlights of colour. I just like doing it. It's kind of how I always work. Although in fiction, I don't do it as much, because I really like, personally, the clean crispness of fiction, and then my picture book style is like this. Bit fuzzy, bit scribbly. Yeah, I'm really selling myself right now, but yeah, I just like the naivety of it, because yeah, it's for children. It's like a child's drawn it, although obviously, well, depending on the child, they wouldn't be able to draw this, but yeah, you've kind of got to know how to draw a person and faces to then turn it into this, I suppose. I cannot tell you the amount of life drawing we did at uni, but now I know that it was important. So once you know the proportions, you can play about with them, because obviously for children, you do bigger heads and smaller bodies, but obviously in my style, I just emphasize it. So if I wanted to make her look older pretty instantly, we'd shrink her head down and make her body longer. And once again, I am going to add in some of those other colours again from the colour palette, just to get that in there. But I'm definitely going to do this on a newer layer, because you then want to be able to tone it down or get rid of it if you don't like it. That is always an option as well. This is why I do like drawing and colouring, especially when I'm working out characters on the iPad, because there's not an undo button on paper. Although, yeah, okay, you've got a rubber, but yeah, I do like the undo button. It's very handy. And please, I cannot be the only one to try and find the undo button when I do use traditional materials, because yeah, that's how much I use the iPad. For this, I am just going in with the technical pencil brush, because I really like the grain and the texture and the fact you can kind of see the hair and her features and basically the underneath through it in certain areas, because I really just like that it gives the sort of, I really like that it gives a softer texture as opposed to a flat colour first. So as it's a kind of accessory, we are just going to carry on doing like this until we get the shape we want. Really don't worry about being perfect, because do you know what? No one's perfect. I've just come to the realisation of what I'm going to do with this illustration next, which you're going to have to wait till later in the video, and don't skip. Don't skip. So now we've got the base of the coat, let's get in and actually make it a mushroom coat instead of a red Christmas coat. But we're just going to draw some polka dots and some circles on it, so that's fun. And these, again, I'm not going to be too precious because it's just more fun that way. Like, I don't know why, it's just more naive, I guess, but it's just the way I do it. So we'll pop it in, make sure to do a sketch. There you go. And yes, I know we're going over some of the details that we've just put in, but I will show you, we are going to work on top of those again in a moment, just to make them look less like I've plopped them on the top, which I've actually done. So yeah, it's a process that you kind of have to trust. So it's definitely a trust the process type of thing, but we do have an undo button if it looks terrible. So love that. It's kind of all about just figuring out how they fit. So we are just gonna put the edges back in. Oh, apparently, no, I'm not. Yes, there we go. And we are just going to put a few of the reds back over the top. And this is kind of my way of blending them in. So now I've got my sketch, I'm actually going to do something different. I mean, I could colour this in, colour in the rest of it anyway. But I really like this character and I'm going to do something a little bit different. So let me just move this out of the way for a moment. So change of angle because my other camera has decided to have a nap. But anyway, I really want to get on, so I'm just impatient really. But I have such a good idea and now I've done these sketches and colours and I've got my character. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring my character to life using polymer clay. Now, I have never used polymer clay. I've only really used air dry clay and that is, again, more for the kids. So, yeah, wish me luck. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hopefully we can come up with something half decent, but even if we don't, it's going to be fun to experiment. So let's do it. I'm going to be trying to make my illustrated character out of clay and I've given her glasses. Yeah. So I have actually never done clay before. And my experience is just watching a couple of craft videos, such as Nerdy Crafter and Mariah Elizabeth, and I'll link the videos that I did watch of theirs down below about clay. So that's the only knowledge that I have, and I think I must have done clay at school or a little bit at uni, but never ever oven bake clay. I mean, I'm going to have to use an oven. So yeah, but one thing I absolutely love already and is that they come in such beautiful and bright colours. I mean, that's kind of why I decided to do it like this, because I can't even get them all in the frame. Yeah. Because actually you can get such an amazing array of colours that why not turn an illustration into this? And I'm sure I'm going to be eating my words later. But yeah, so let's do it. I'm not afraid at all. This could go horribly wrong. Get this out of the way. Let's not. So I kind of got all the colours because I didn't actually have any idea what I was going to be making and what I was going to be drawing. So now we've got our character. Let's do some colour matching. I think you can mix the colours. I mean, I don't even know that. Then we can go red. Yes, we got red. There we go. We need Oh, that yellow. I think hold on. Yellow. Are we going to need the bright yellow? Maybe. Stay. Green. Okay, so that's the darkest green I've got. That could be a problem. But hopefully you can mix it. I literally have no idea. Brown. Yeah, her hair. Orange. Did we put any orange in there? Yes, for the leaf. And I've run out of space. Should we zoom out? Let's see if we can zoom out. That helps. There you go. Ooh. Right, the tools. Okay, so I think we have everything we need. I have no idea. So, yeah, I'm just learning. I'm just going to have a go. And I may look at polymer clay and sculpture a bit more later. But for now, I am just an illustrator that's trying something new. And I actually cannot wait for this challenge. But yeah, definitely have your fingers crossed for me because, as I said, never done it before, but really looking forward to it. So let's go, let's do it. Let's make something out of clay. So this is the character that we're going to try and create out of polymer clay, and I've no idea what I'm doing. So yay me. Let's pop it here. I've got it. Just set it up. Stay. Let's just assume from now on I know nothing and I've no idea what I'm doing. So yeah. And if you do know how to use clay, I don't, so please be kind. That's far too big. No. Is it though? Because if we do that, it might be easier. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to need a rolling pin, aren't I? If we say that this is the head, should I get that out the frame? Okay. So if that's the head shape, this is what I would do with air dry clay. So that's kind of what I'm doing with this one. And that's got to be half the size. So I'm going to do that one again. Ready? Need to actually do it on the camera, don't I? That's probably the point of this. So I'm going to follow the fact that I normally make everything out of shapes. So I've got my ball-ish. I don't know what I'm doing. Ah, my ball there. That doesn't look good at all. Wait, no, that's the ball. That's the head. The funny bit on the side. Yeah, that's fine. And then me, my body. No, it's not. So we've got to make the triangle body. So 3D pyramid type thing. Is that better? Just going to do a nice coat. So yeah, right now it doesn't look great. I'm just trying to get the proportions. Oh dear. Right, okay. It's fine. It's fine, right? Hold on. I have an idea. I got a lollipop stick and some hot glue. Although if I'm going to bake it, will this melt again? Well, that's a problem for future me. This character is going to end up actually really big, even though it's going to be really small. So that's fine. Right, okay. So this is what we've got so far. We've got the head and the character. So now let's open up this clay, right? We're going to do this now. Can you colour it? I don't know, but we'll find out. How do you even open it? There you go. Let's actually see how this feels. Ooh. Kind of reminds me where it's in the packet, like plasticine, you know, when you're a kid. Ooh, that is a bit sticky. Yeah. How much am I even going to need? I'm not going to need that. I might. But then I only need to put it on the front, so it might actually be wasting it otherwise. So let's get the tools. The tools, Kim. The tools. Let's open the tools. Right, these are what we've got. So I don't even know. Right. And yes, I do remember apparently that no matter what you do, it does pick up any little bit of dust that may or may not be on your desk. So that's fine. I assume that's going to be kind of the face. I don't know what I'm doing. But she's going to have hair, so that's fine. But if we put it there. Right, okay, oh, liquid sculpt, do I need that? No. For the record, oops. I'm most likely doing this all wrong, but that's okay, right? Any advice in the comments? I'm wondering if I do the head and the face, bake it and then glue it together, because I'm going to be trying to hold it. Oh, I'm not sure. That's so confusing. Right, anyway, let's try and make... I've got to make a 3D face. Did not think this through at all. So, as I've made very apparent, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I have discovered you can mix the colours of clay to make more colours. So that's definitely, you know, a tip right there. I have learnt something so far, and I've also learnt a lot on how not to do things, but you know, that's fine. It's still learning, right? It's around about now that I forget that I'm actually filming from the top down camera. So I'm really sorry that the character kind of keeps popping in and out, and so does my head. So yeah. This is also about the time where I start getting very frustrated that the colours keep coming off on the other colours. And every time I get a bit right, I then do something else that undoes it. So it took me so much longer than I thought. I think everybody out there that works with polymer clay is so incredible to make it look the way it does. I tried absolutely everything to try and make the face nice and smooth, and even when I did get it remotely smooth, I then put my finger in it when I was doing something else. So this is what we were left with, and yep, I'm still forgetting where the top-down camera is. But what you need to know from this bit is that basically everything turned out red. But I do absolutely love the colour, and I really did enjoy actually putting in these little details of the pocket. So that's something, right? So kids are in bed and I've got Cozy ready for an evening to try and finish this thing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just watch a film, chill, yeah, just get cozy, because This little fella's stressing me out. And actually, at the end of the day, this is how I do most of my work of an evening. I've got 2 young children. So, yeah, I put a film on, get snuggly, get a cup of tea or a hot chocolate and just crack on. But yeah, I'm just going to relax and enjoy the process because I've no idea how this is going to turn out. And so far, I find the colour transferring to the other colours really frustrating, but also I love the fact the colours are so bright. So we'll see. We'll just sit back and trust the process. Maybe I should just work with it a bit more instead. I've got my tools. Instead of against it, let's work with it. So what if other colours did get on there of the colour palette? So after I made that decision, I mean, it was really late at night, but after I made the decision to go with it and add more colours in, just how I would do when I was actually colouring, I really did start to enjoy the process again because I wasn't trying to be perfect and keep everything clean, because that was really impossible for me. And I really did like the little bits of colour that were being picked up in the clay, that I decided to embrace it and kind of go with it. And I do think that it started to turn out better. Although for some reason I didn't actually do this on the hair, but it was getting really, really late. And this character was so hard. Again, people that make sculptures are incredible. And all I'm going to say is I'm not going to quit my day job anytime soon. But I did enjoy having an experiment with a new material. Then it was time to pop it in the oven and hope for the best and pray nothing would happen to it. So I cannot believe I came up with this idea while I was making Play-Doh with my children. And here's a picture because I was so proud of this little pumpkin I made. But yeah, it's definitely a big jump from that to this. But that's fine, that's what I'm here for. I absolutely love learning and being creative. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next video.